Detective Sarah Parker had always been a woman of reason. She had spent over a decade on the police force, dealing with the harsh realities of crime and human nature. The supernatural was a realm she had never given much thought to. It belonged to the world of fiction and folklore. But that was about to change. One chilly autumn evening, Sarah was at her desk, going through a stack of case files. The precinct was buzzing with activity, as usual. She took a sip of lukewarm coffee and sighed, longing for a peaceful night's sleep without the constant echo of sirens in her dreams. Just as she was about to dive into another set of witness statements, her phone rang. It was Lieutenant Jameson, her superior and a no-nonsense cop who rarely called without good reason. "Detective Parker, I need you in my office." "Now," he said, his voice clipped and urgent. Sarah exchanged puzzled glances with her colleagues as she made her way to the lieutenant's office. Something was clearly amiss. Upon entering, she found Lieutenant Jameson pacing, a grim expression etched on his face. He motioned for her to close the door behind her. "Sit down, Sarah," he said, gesturing to a chair across from his desk. "I've got an assignment for you, one that's a bit unconventional." Sarah raised an eyebrow, her curiosity piqued. Unconventional was not a word she associated with police work. Jameson explained, "We've received a series of reports about unexplained, supernatural occurrences in town. People claiming to have seen apparitions, heard strange noises, and experienced unexplainable phenomena." Sarah couldn't help but scoff. "Are we becoming a Ghostbusters squad now, sir?" Jameson's response was deadpan. "I wish it were that simple, detective. But these reports are piling up, and they're causing panic in the community. We can't ignore them any longer." Reluctantly, Sarah nodded. "What do you want me to do?" "You're being reassigned to the Paranormal Investigations Unit," Jameson stated matter-of-factly. "It's a special task force we've assembled to look into these cases. They believe you're the right person for the job." Sarah's skepticism was evident. She had built her career on facts, evidence, and logic, not on chasing shadows and superstitions. But the lieutenant's orders were clear, and she had never been one to shirk her duty. As Sarah left Jameson's office, she couldn't help but wonder what she was getting herself into. The world of the paranormal was uncharted territory, and the unknown had always been her greatest fear. Little did she know that this assignment would lead her down a path she had never imagined, one where the supernatural became all too real. Detective Sarah Parker walked down the dimly lit corridor of the police precinct toward the office of the Paranormal Investigations Unit. It was a place she had never set foot in before, and the atmosphere felt different from the rest of the station. Strange symbols and diagrams adorned the walls, and an eerie calm hung in the air. She knocked on the door, and it swung open to reveal a middle-aged man with salt and pepper hair. He extended his hand. "Detective Parker, I'm Dr. Samuel Foster, the head of the unit." Sarah shook his hand with a firm grip. "Sarah," she replied, opting for informality. "So, I hear I'm joining the Ghostbusters." Dr. Foster chuckled. "We prefer paranormal investigators, but you'll soon find out it's more than just ghosts. Come, meet the team." The office was filled with an eclectic group of individuals, each with their own expertise in the paranormal. There was Dr. Emily Hughes, a brilliant scientist specializing in paranormal phenomena, Jack O'Connor, a former priest who had turned his attention to exorcisms, and Maria Mia Rodriguez, a medium with the ability to communicate with spirits. Sarah felt like an outsider among them, but they greeted her warmly, sensing her unease. Dr. Foster began the introductions, explaining their roles and the types of cases they typically handled. As they spoke, Sarah's skepticism lingered. She couldn't help but wonder if she had been placed in some sort of elaborate practical joke. But the seriousness in their eyes told her otherwise. "You're here because we believe your investigative skills will be an asset," Dr. Foster explained. "We deal with cases that challenge conventional explanations, cases that demand an open mind and a sharp eye for detail." Sarah nodded, though her doubt remained. She was willing to do her job, but she couldn't shake the feeling that she was entering a world of charlatans and superstition. Her first task was to familiarize herself with the unit's equipment. Dr. Hughes walked her through a collection of devices used to detect paranormal activity, from electromagnetic field meters to infrared cameras. Sarah couldn't help but raise an eyebrow at some of the gadgets, but she promised to keep an open mind. Over the next few days, Sarah accompanied the team on several cases. They investigated haunted houses, eerie cemeteries, and individuals claiming to be possessed. She observed as Mia communicated with spirits, Jack performed exorcisms, and Dr. Hughes gathered data with scientific precision. Although Sarah witnessed inexplicable events that defied her understanding, her skepticism remained. She couldn't accept that the paranormal was real, despite the evidence unfolding before her eyes. One evening, as they investigated a particularly eerie abandoned hospital, Sarah's doubts were put to the test. She heard whispers in the darkness, saw shadowy figures moving, and felt a cold presence brush against her. It was unlike anything she had experienced before, and fear gripped her heart. Dr. Foster noticed her distress and approached. "You're skeptical, I understand," he said softly. "But sometimes, the only way to find the truth is to confront the unknown head-on." Sarah nodded, her skepticism waning. Perhaps there was more to the paranormal world than met the eye. As she delved deeper into the investigations, she realized that the line between the rational and the unexplainable was blurrier than she had ever imagined. The Paranormal Investigations Unit had received a call about a haunted mansion on the outskirts of town. Rumors swirled around the old estate, with tales of ghostly apparitions, chilling cries in the night, and lights flickering of their own accord. It was a classic case for the unit, and Sarah found herself both intrigued and apprehensive. As the team gathered their equipment and prepared to depart for the mansion, Sarah couldn't shake the eerie feeling that had settled in her gut. The stories surrounding the place were unsettling, and she couldn't help but wonder if there was any truth to them. The mansion, an imposing structure with ivy-covered walls and windows that seemed to stare out like hollow eyes, stood at the end of a long, overgrown driveway. It loomed in the fading light of the day, casting long, foreboding shadows. Dr. Foster, leading the way, explained that the current owner, Mr. Reynolds, had reported a series of unexplained occurrences. Objects moving on their own, voices in empty rooms, and the pervasive feeling of being watched had driven him to seek help. The team's job was to investigate and determine if there was indeed a paranormal presence. As they entered the mansion, the atmosphere was thick with tension. Sarah's footsteps echoed in the dimly lit foyer as they made their way through the ornate but decaying interior. Dust-covered furniture and faded portraits adorned the walls, frozen remnants of a bygone era. Mia, the medium of the group, closed her eyes and began to communicate with the spirits of the mansion. Her whispered conversations with the unseen sent shivers down Sarah's spine. Dr. Hughes set up various paranormal detection devices, while Jack kept a vigilant eye out for any signs of malevolent entities. As the hours passed, the team encountered strange phenomena. Lights flickered inexplicably, cold drafts swept through empty corridors, and footsteps echoed from unseen sources. Sarah's skepticism wavered, replaced by a growing sense of unease. Their investigation led them to a hidden chamber in the mansion's basement, a room locked away from the world for centuries. Inside, they discovered journals, letters, and artifacts that hinted at a tragic history, a love affair gone wrong, a life filled with sorrow, and the restless spirits of those who had once called the mansion home. It was in that chamber that Mia made contact with a spirit, a woman named Eleanor, who had died under mysterious circumstances. Her tormented soul had been trapped in the mansion for centuries, seeking answers and closure. Eleanor's spectral form materialized before the team, a ghostly apparition in a flowing white gown. Her mournful eyes locked onto Sarah's, and the detective felt a profound sadness wash over her. Eleanor's voice quivered as she spoke, "Help me find the truth. Release my spirit from this eternal torment." The encounter left the team shaken, and Sarah found herself questioning her skepticism once more. The paranormal world was no longer a realm of fiction, it was real, tangible, and filled with unanswered questions. As they departed the haunted mansion, Sarah couldn't help but feel a newfound respect for the work of the Paranormal Investigations Unit. The unknown had become undeniable, and the mysteries of the supernatural were no longer the stuff of bedtime stories. They were a reality that she could no longer ignore. The encounter with Eleanor, the restless spirit in the haunted mansion, had left a lasting impression on Detective Sarah Parker and the Paranormal Investigations Unit. It was a chilling reminder that the world of the paranormal was not merely a collection of unexplained phenomena, it was a realm filled with untold stories and unresolved mysteries. Back at their makeshift headquarters in an old library filled with books on the supernatural, the team gathered to review their findings from the mansion. Dr. Foster organized the scattered documents and artifacts they had discovered, piecing together the tragic tale of Eleanor's life and death. It was a story of love and betrayal, of a forbidden romance between Eleanor, a servant, and the mansion's owner, Lord Thomas Whitmore. The journals and letters revealed a heart-wrenching narrative of their secret meetings, stolen moments, and the jealousy of Lady Victoria, Lord Whitmore's wife. As the team delved deeper into the records, they uncovered a dark secret. Eleanor had become pregnant with Lord Whitmore's child, a fact that could not remain hidden forever. In a fit of rage and desperation, Lady Victoria had discovered their affair and taken drastic measures to end it. Eleanor had been locked away in the hidden chamber, where she had given birth to her child and ultimately met a tragic end. The discovery of this historical injustice fueled the team's determination to help Eleanor find peace and closure. Sarah, still grappling with her skepticism, found herself drawn into the mystery. The evidence was undeniable, and the spirits of the mansion were anything but mere phantoms. Their investigation led them to the local archives, where they uncovered a forgotten legal document, a will that granted the mansion and its surrounding land to Eleanor's child. It was a shocking revelation, one that raised further questions about the present owner, Mr. Reynolds, and the legal implications of the hidden will. With the evidence in hand, the team confronted Mr. Reynolds, who was initially skeptical but ultimately cooperative. He had purchased the mansion unaware of its haunted history and the existence of Eleanor's will. In a surprising turn of events, he agreed to work with the team to honor Eleanor's legacy and release her spirit from its torment. Together, they embarked on a journey to right the historical wrongs and fulfill the conditions of the will. It was a race against time, as the restless spirits of the mansion grew increasingly agitated. Shadowy apparitions and eerie manifestations tested their resolve, but they pressed on, determined to bring closure to Eleanor and her child. As they delved deeper into the mystery, Sarah couldn't deny the truth any longer. The paranormal was not a mere collection of myths and legends, it was a complex and often heartbreaking reality. The mysteries they encountered were as real as the air she breathed, and she was determined to unravel them, one by one. The team's efforts culminated in a solemn ceremony in the mansion's hidden chamber, where they honored Eleanor's legacy and fulfilled the conditions of her will. It was a moment of closure, a release of the tormented spirits, and a testament to the power of uncovering the truth. As they left the haunted mansion behind, Sarah couldn't help but reflect on how her journey had taken an unexpected turn. The world of the paranormal had become an undeniable part of her reality, and her skepticism had given way to a deep respect for the mysteries of the unknown. The Paranormal Investigations Unit had successfully uncovered the tragic history of Eleanor and fulfilled the conditions of her will, bringing a measure of closure to the tormented spirits of the haunted mansion. However, their encounters with the paranormal were far from over, and the team soon found themselves facing an even greater challenge, confronting malevolent forces. A new case had arisen, one that sent shivers down their spines. Reports had come in about a small, seemingly idyllic village on the outskirts of town. The villagers spoke of sinister rituals, strange disappearances, and a sense of foreboding that had settled over their community like a dark cloud. Dr. Foster had received a cryptic message from a local historian, warning of a powerful entity that had been awakened, a force beyond anything they had encountered before. It was a threat that demanded immediate attention. The team arrived in the village on a gloomy, overcast day, and the atmosphere was thick with unease. The townspeople watched them with wary eyes, their faces etched with fear. It was clear that the supernatural presence had taken a toll on their once peaceful lives. The investigation began with interviews of the villagers, each tale more chilling than the last. They spoke of a cursed artifact, a relic with the power to summon malevolent spirits and bend them to its will. The artifact had fallen into the wrong hands, and its dark influence had spread like a contagion. As the team delved deeper into the case, they uncovered evidence of sinister rituals performed by a secret cult that had taken root in the village. Symbols drawn in blood, ancient incantations, and sinister altars painted a grim picture of the cult's activities. It was a chilling reminder that the paranormal world was not limited to ghosts and spirits, it encompassed a spectrum of malevolence. Their investigations led them to a hidden underground chamber beneath an old church, where the cult had conducted their rituals. There, they discovered the cursed artifact, a grotesque idol adorned with eerie markings and malevolent energy. Mia, the medium of the group, sensed the presence of malevolent spirits bound to the artifact. Their dark, tormented souls yearned for release, and the artifact's power had become a conduit for their malevolence. In a desperate attempt to confront the malevolent forces, the team decided to perform a ritual of their own, a ritual to break the curse and banish the spirits. It was a high-stakes endeavor, one that required unwavering resolve and the combined talents of the team. As they conducted the ritual in the underground chamber, a sinister presence filled the air, and the malevolent spirits manifested in a swirling vortex of darkness. The team's determination was put to the test as they battled the malevolent forces with a mixture of scientific gadgets, Mia's psychic abilities, and Jack's faith. The confrontation reached a climax as the artifact shattered, releasing the trapped spirits and dispelling the malevolent entity that had plagued the village. It was a hard-fought victory, but one that came at a price. The team had glimpsed the darkest depths of the paranormal world and the malevolent forces that lurked within it. As they left the village, the townspeople watched them with gratitude in their eyes. The team had saved their community from the malevolent forces that had threatened to consume it. But for Sarah and her colleagues, the encounter served as a stark reminder that the paranormal world was not just a realm of mysteries, it was a battlefield where malevolent forces vied for control. The team knew that their journey was far from over. The paranormal world was a complex tapestry of light and darkness, and they were the ones who stood at the crossroads, ready to confront whatever malevolent forces lurked in the shadows. The encounter with the malevolent forces in the cursed village had left the Paranormal Investigations Unit deeply shaken. They had faced a darkness that transcended the realm of the supernatural, and it had taken a toll on their resolve. But their journey was far from over, and the revelations that awaited them would challenge their understanding of the paranormal in ways they could never have imagined. As the team returned to their makeshift headquarters in the old library, they carried with them the weight of the malevolent encounter. Dr. Foster, ever the voice of reason, suggested they take a brief respite to regroup and recover from the harrowing experience. But the team's collective determination drove them to push forward, to uncover the truth behind the paranormal mysteries that continued to haunt their town. Their next case came from an unexpected source, a renowned psychic medium named Madame Serena, known for her abilities to communicate with spirits and glimpse into the future. She had contacted the team with a dire warning, one that hinted at a looming catastrophe of supernatural proportions. Madame Serena explained that she had received a vision of an ancient and powerful artifact, the Tome of Shadows. This artifact, rumored to contain forbidden knowledge and dark incantations, had resurfaced after centuries of obscurity. Its potential to unleash chaos and destruction was immense, and the psychic medium believed that only the Paranormal Investigations Unit could prevent its malevolent force from being unleashed. Sarah, still grappling with her skepticism, couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. The line between the rational and the paranormal had blurred to the point where the unknown had become an everyday reality. The mysteries that had once seemed implausible were now accepted as facts. The team embarked on a quest to locate the Tome of Shadows, guided by Madame Serena's visions and the trail of supernatural disturbances it left in its wake. Along the way, they encountered a series of cryptic symbols, ancient texts, and enigmatic riddles that pointed to the artifact's hidden location. Their journey led them to an abandoned, overgrown cemetery, the final destination indicated by the clues they had gathered. As they ventured deeper into the cemetery's depths, they discovered an ancient mausoleum, its stone doors sealed shut for centuries. With bated breath, the team entered the mausoleum, where they confronted an eerie stillness that hung in the air like a shroud. The dim light revealed an ornate sarcophagus at the center of the chamber, bearing markings and symbols that matched those they had encountered on their quest. As they approached the sarcophagus, a sense of foreboding filled the room, and Mia, the medium, sensed a powerful presence. The team's combined efforts slowly revealed the truth. The sarcophagus contained not the Tome of Shadows, but a guardian spirit, a sentinel tasked with protecting the artifact from falling into the wrong hands. The Guardian Spirit communicated with the team, revealing the history of the Tome of Shadows and the cataclysmic consequences of its misuse. It had been sealed away for centuries to prevent its malevolent force from wreaking havoc, and the team now faced a grave choice, whether to free the Guardian Spirit and potentially unleash the artifact's power or leave it sealed for eternity. Their decision was not made lightly, and Sarah's skepticism collided with the undeniable presence of the Guardian Spirit and the artifact's dark potential. In the end, they chose to release the Guardian Spirit, believing that with its guidance, they could ensure the artifact's power remained contained. As the Guardian Spirit's form dissipated, it left behind a profound sense of gratitude and an ominous warning. The paranormal world was a realm of infinite mysteries, and the team's journey had only just begun. They would face challenges that defied reason, confront malevolent forces that tested their resolve, and uncover secrets that could reshape their understanding of reality. The revelation that awaited them was a testament to the complexities of the paranormal, a world where the line between truth and legend blurred, and the unknown held the power to both enlighten and terrify. The release of the Guardian Spirit had left the Paranormal Investigations Unit with a profound sense of responsibility. They were now entrusted with guarding the ancient artifact known as the Tome of Shadows, a relic of dark power that had been sealed away for centuries to prevent its malevolent force from being unleashed upon the world. The team had brought the artifact to their makeshift headquarters in the old library, where it rested within a specially designed containment chamber. Sarah watched it with a mixture of fascination and trepidation, aware of the dangers it posed and the weight of their duty. Madame Serena, the renowned psychic medium who had warned them of the artifact's existence, visited the team to offer her assistance. She explained that the only way to safely harness the artifact's power was to understand its origins and decipher the ancient incantations inscribed within its pages. The tome was a dark grimoire, filled with cryptic symbols, spells, and rituals. Its pages held the potential for both destruction and enlightenment, a duality that left the team with a sense of urgency to unlock its secrets. The team's investigations led them to historical archives, ancient texts, and obscure legends that shed light on the artifact's history. They learned of a secretive order of sorcerers who had wielded its power in the distant past, using it to bend reality to their will. However, the consequences of their actions had been catastrophic, leading to the sealing of the tome and the banishment of the order. As Sarah delved deeper into the research, her skepticism began to wane. The evidence they had gathered left little room for doubt. There was a dark power within the artifact, and it was their responsibility to ensure it remained contained and that its secrets did not fall into the wrong hands. Their efforts to decipher the tome's contents were met with challenges and dangers. Each incantation they attempted to translate carried a risk of inadvertently invoking its power, leading to unpredictable and potentially catastrophic results. Madame Serena, drawing upon her psychic abilities, played a crucial role in guiding the team through the treacherous process. Her visions and insights helped them navigate the artifact's ancient texts, unlocking its secrets one by one. As they pieced together the incantations, they discovered that the tome held not only dark spells but also a wealth of knowledge about the paranormal world, the origins of spirits, the nature of supernatural phenomena, and the intricacies of the afterlife. It was a revelation that left the team in awe of the artifact's potential for both good and evil. With each incantation they deciphered, the team gained a deeper understanding of the artifact's power. They learned to harness its abilities for benevolent purposes, using its dark energy to protect their town from malevolent forces and to communicate with restless spirits seeking closure. However, the artifact remained a double-edged sword, and the team was acutely aware of the dangers it posed. The line between control and chaos was razor-thin, and they were committed to ensuring that the malevolent forces within the tome remained contained. As they continued their work, Sarah couldn't help but reflect on how her journey had taken her from skepticism to acceptance. The paranormal world was no longer a realm of myths and legends, it was a reality they grappled with daily. The cursed artifact was a testament to the complexities of the unknown, a reminder that their mission to protect their town was a daunting and never-ending task. The revelation that awaited them was a stark reminder that the boundaries of the paranormal were far from defined, and their journey had only just begun. The Paranormal Investigations Unit had come a long way in their journey to understand and harness the power of the cursed artifact, the Tome of Shadows. As they continued their work, they found themselves facing new challenges and mysteries that tested their resolve and pushed the boundaries of the paranormal world. One evening, as the team gathered in their makeshift headquarters in the old library, they received an unexpected visit from an enigmatic figure. The stranger introduced themselves as Professor Elias Blackwood, a scholar of the occult and a researcher of ancient artifacts. Blackwood's reputation preceded him, and his knowledge of the paranormal world was unparalleled. The team exchanged curious glances as Blackwood explained that he had been tracking the tome for years, hoping to prevent its malevolent force from being unleashed. He had sensed the artifact's presence and recognized its potential for both good and evil. Blackwood's presence offered a glimmer of hope and a valuable ally in their mission. His extensive knowledge of the paranormal and his experience with ancient artifacts made him an invaluable resource. Together with Madame Serena, they formed an unlikely but determined team of experts. As they delved deeper into the mysteries of the Tome of Shadows, Blackwood shared his insights and research, shedding light on the origins of the artifact and the nature of the dark magic contained within its pages. His expertise allowed them to decipher more of the tome's incantations and unlock its secrets. Their combined efforts revealed a new understanding of the artifact's power. It had the potential to not only protect their town from malevolent forces but also to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. It could serve as a conduit for communication with spirits and provide answers to unresolved mysteries that lingered in the shadows. With Blackwood's guidance, the team began conducting experiments using the tome's power. They communicated with restless spirits, seeking to provide closure to those who had long yearned for it. Each successful interaction brought a sense of fulfillment and purpose to their work, as they helped spirits find peace in the afterlife. However, the artifact's power also posed challenges. Its dark energy attracted malevolent forces from the paranormal realm, entities that sought to claim its power for their own sinister purposes. The team found themselves facing increasingly dangerous supernatural threats, including vengeful spirits and shadowy apparitions. As they confronted these malevolent forces, Sarah's skepticism continued to wane. The evidence of the paranormal was undeniable, and her focus had shifted from questioning its existence to harnessing its power for the greater good. With each passing day, the team grew stronger, forging alliances with spirits and entities from the paranormal world. They had become a beacon of hope for those trapped in the shadows, a force to be reckoned with in the complex tapestry of the unknown. Their journey had transformed them from skeptics to protectors of the paranormal, and their mission to safeguard their town had taken on new dimensions. The allies they had found in the shadows were a testament to the enduring mysteries and complexities of the paranormal world. As they continued their work, Sarah couldn't help but reflect on the profound changes she had undergone. The paranormal was no longer a realm of uncertainty and doubt, it was a reality that she had embraced with open arms. The revelations that awaited them were a testament to the enduring power of the unknown, a force that could both challenge and illuminate their path. The Paranormal Investigations Unit had come a long way in their quest to understand and harness the power of the cursed artifact, the Tome of Shadows. With the guidance of Professor Elias Blackwood and Madame Serena, they had unlocked its secrets, communicated with spirits, and faced malevolent forces from the paranormal realm. Now, their journey was hurtling toward a final showdown. Rumors had surfaced of a powerful cult that sought to claim the Tome of Shadows for their own nefarious purposes. The cult, known as the Coven of Shadows, believed that the artifact held the key to ultimate power, a power they were willing to wield at any cost. The team's investigations had led them to a remote and desolate location, a long-abandoned monastery hidden in the depths of a dark forest. It was there that the Coven of Shadows had established their stronghold, and where they intended to perform a dark ritual to harness the artifact's power. As the team approached the monastery, a sense of foreboding settled over them. The ancient building stood in eerie silence, its walls adorned with symbols of dark magic. The atmosphere was thick with malevolence, and they knew that their final confrontation with the cult was inevitable. Inside the monastery, they discovered a chamber where the cult members had assembled, their cloaked figures illuminated by flickering candles. At the center of the room, the Tome of Shadows lay open, its pages radiating an ominous energy. The cult's leader, a sinister figure known as High Priestess Lilith, raised her hands in a ritualistic gesture as she chanted incantations from the tome. The artifact's power surged around her, creating an aura of darkness that threatened to engulf the room. The team's arrival did not go unnoticed, and a tense standoff ensued. High Priestess Lilith, sensing the threat they posed, declared that the artifact would be theirs to control, or they would face the consequences of its unleashed power. With Blackwood's guidance, the team began their own counter-ritual, channeling the tome's power for a different purpose, to protect their town and thwart the cult's dark ambitions. Madame Serena's psychic abilities added an extra layer of strength to their efforts, creating a psychic barrier that clashed with Lilith's malevolent magic. The battle between light and darkness raged within the chamber as the team confronted the cult members, who were willing to go to great lengths to claim the artifact. Shadowy apparitions and vengeful spirits from the tome's pages materialized, adding to the chaos of the confrontation. Sarah, once a skeptic, now stood at the forefront of the battle, her resolve unwavering. She knew that the outcome of this final showdown would determine the fate of the Tome of Shadows and the balance of power in the paranormal world. The clash of forces reached its climax as the room shook with the intensity of the struggle. Spells and incantations clashed, and the artifact's pages flickered with a blinding light. In a moment of sheer determination, the team channeled their combined strength and overcame the cult's dark magic, sealing the tome's power once more. High Priestess Lilith and the cult members, their ambitions thwarted, vanished into the shadows, leaving the monastery in eerie silence. The artifact was once again contained, its malevolent force neutralized. As the team emerged from the monastery, they felt a profound sense of accomplishment. They had faced the ultimate challenge and emerged victorious, protecting their town from the dark ambitions of the Coven of Shadows. Sarah couldn't help but reflect on the journey that had brought her from skepticism to acceptance, from doubt to unwavering belief. The paranormal world was no longer a realm of uncertainty, it was a reality they had embraced and protected. Their final showdown with the cult had underscored the enduring mysteries and complexities of the unknown. The revelations that awaited them were a testament to the power of unity, determination, and the unwavering belief in the paranormal world they had come to protect. The final showdown with the Coven of Shadows had left the Paranormal Investigations Unit with a profound sense of accomplishment and a renewed determination to protect their town from the forces of darkness. As they returned to their makeshift headquarters in the old library, they couldn't help but reflect on the journey that had brought them from skepticism to unwavering belief in the paranormal. The Tome of Shadows, once a source of trepidation, now rested within its containment chamber, its dark energy subdued. The artifact had become a symbol of their triumph over malevolent forces and a testament to their commitment to understanding and harnessing the paranormal for the greater good. Professor Elias Blackwood, Madame Serena, and the rest of the team had formed an unlikely but strong bond, forged through their shared experiences and the challenges they had faced together. Their expertise had been invaluable in unraveling the mysteries of the paranormal world. The team's investigations continued, and their encounters with spirits, entities, and supernatural phenomena became an integral part of their daily lives. They helped restless souls find closure, protected their town from malevolent forces, and sought answers to the enduring mysteries that lingered in the shadows. Sarah, once a skeptic, now embraced the paranormal world with open arms. She had seen the undeniable evidence, faced the malevolent forces, and witnessed the power of the unknown. Her journey had transformed her from a journalist seeking a story into a protector of the paranormal, committed to ensuring that the balance between light and darkness was maintained. The revelations they had uncovered were a testament to the enduring mysteries of the unknown. The paranormal world was a complex tapestry of light and darkness, where the line between reality and myth blurred, and where the unexplained held the power to both challenge and illuminate their path. As they continued their work, Sarah couldn't help but reflect on the profound changes she had undergone. The paranormal was no longer a realm of doubt and uncertainty, it was a reality she had fully embraced. Her journey had led her to a deeper understanding of the complexities of the unknown, and she knew that their mission to protect their town was far from over. The final chapter of their story was a beginning of a new chapter in their lives as protectors of the paranormal, as seekers of the truth, and as allies in the shadows. The mysteries of the unknown awaited them, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The Paranormal Investigations Unit had become a beacon of hope in a world where the paranormal and the unexplained were a part of everyday life. Their journey was a testament to the enduring power of belief, unity, and the unwavering commitment to embrace the paranormal.